I would like to know the second point about what marriage is not.
It's not. Number two,
Yes.
marriage is not for everybody. I tried to mention it. Number one, marriage is not for everybody. It is not everybody that will succeed in marriage. Though it was God that created marriage, but there are many things that God created that is not for everybody. Now, it is not automatic because you are a man. That does not translate that you be a good husband. You can be a good man. You can be a very loving man, very lovely, very nice, but you may be a bad husband. In fact, I've seen many good husbands that they are good fathers. Now, because you're a good woman, that does not mean that you'll be a good wife. Because you're a good wife, that does not mean you'll be a good mother. So, because anybody, you can be a good man, but before you can become a good husband, you have to carry that knowledge of being husband. Because you're a man and you are masculine in nature, that does not mean that you'll be a good husband. That's why I said marriage is not for everybody. There are some people, I've seen people that have dated, maybe they court for 9 years, but let them marry 1 month, you see wahala. I've seen people that courted, oh, they'll be friends, they'll be dating for many years. Let them enter into marriage. It's a different game. So, because you're a good man, because you're a good wife, because you're a good man, that does not mean that you'll be a good husband. Because you are a good woman, that does not mean that you'll be a good wife. It takes another level. Because people will say that, oh, because you are mature, you are already adult, go and marry. Marriage is not for everyone. It's just like business is not for everyone. It's just like nursing is not for everyone. It's just like farming is not for everyone. It was God that created all those things. But because it's working for somebody, that doesn't mean it work for another person.
Yeah.
So it takes another level of knowledge. You can be a good man, but before you can become a good husband, you have to be deep in the word of God, knowledge of God that relates to being an husband.
Yeah.
It's a role. It's another level of responsibility. One woman met Jesus at the well of Jacob. Jesus said, 5 times you have married. 5 times. Even the husband that you are staying with is not a, you will know that marriage is not for that woman. Unless God intervenes.
Yeah.
There are some people, if they marry, they will fumble. There are some people, because marriage has the way of humbling you. Marriage will humble you. So there are some people, they have this pride. Right. They have this ego. So they cannot submit. So such people, when they enter into marriage, it will be a waste of time. So it is better you do your lane, not your weakness. So there are many wonderful women. You will see that they are so hardworking. They are so hardworking. They are so pleasant. Let them get into marriage. It will be a different ballgame. In fact, most of the people that have said that they are women beaters, they are nice outside.
Yeah.
Yes, most people that have said that they are so pleasant that when they say that this man will always beat his wife, the people will not believe.
Yes.
Most women beaters have said they are so pleasant. That means as a man, they may be good, but as husband, they may not be good.
Yes.
So that's why he said you can be a good man and you will not be a good husband. You may not have the attitude. You will not have the skill. There are some people, they cannot even manage another person.
Yes.
So they can manage themselves well. But when you add another person, that'll be voila. There are some people, they are not good in leadership. There's nothing, leadership is not for them. So those people, when you marry, wife will be joined, children will join. So now to not manage them is so difficult. That's a marriage is not for everybody. You could see there are many wives that they are like Delilah. Delilah. Bible says, and Samson loved Delilah. But Delilah lived at the valley of Sorek. He loved that. That means for something to love her, there should be some attitudes, some behavior. Oh, my, this girl a fine girl, pleasant. Because Samson has dated many ladies before Delilah.
Yes.
But when we go to the case of, I don't know how for Samson to go and got Delilah in the valley of Sorek, it must be serious something.
Yes.
So she must be a wonderful woman. But hear me, she failed in marriage. You will see that they trapped her. Bible says that the lords of Philistine came to her and they gave her bribes of 5,500 silvers. There are 5 lords in Philistine. So each of them gave the lady, that Delilah, 1,100.
100, yes.
See, she betrayed her husband big time. See, there are many women that are in marriage, many wives, so-called wives. If they receive such money, they will betray, they can kill their husband.
Yes.
I'm telling you for free. The woman collected 5,500 pieces of silver. Do you know the amount? That's a fortune.
Yes.
Because only 30 pieces of silver was given to Judas Iscariot. 30! And he betrayed Jesus.
Yes.
Only 30. But woman, fear woman. 5. See, the entire children, men of Jacob, collected 20 pieces of silver to sell Joseph. 20 pieces. Judas, 30 pieces.
50 pieces.
But when it came to the turn, 5,500 pieces of silver. Do you know the value of that? It is like $153,000. That's 5,500 pieces of silver.
Wow.
It's like $153,000 the woman collected. Tell me, if many ladies in marriage now, that if they see that money, they will betray their husband.
Yes.
That's why you will know that many women that are in marriage, they are just good women. Yeah. Many good wives are likewise men.
Yes.
So for even you see men, Judas collected 30 pieces. That's like $800 now. Now the entire Jacob's family just 20. That's why men don't really like money like women. But when it comes to the woman collected 5,500.
Wow.
That's the woman did not have capacity. There are some men that they can joke their wives for rituals.
Yes.
That's why he said marriage is not for everybody. Marriage is not for everybody. So it is not for Tom, Dick, and Harry. So it is better when you know that you don't have the capacity. I've seen many people that they will date for many years. But even if they enter marriage, it will become another thing. That means they don't have the capacity to be husband. Because you are a man, that does not guarantee that you'll be a good husband.
Yes, sir.
And because you are a woman, does not guarantee that you'll be a good wife. You have to learn, you have to gather the knowledge to be a good wife and a good husband. So marriage is not automatic.
Yes.
It is not for everybody. It is not for Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's it.
Thank you, sir.